Hello everyone, welcome to my stamp studio. I'm Beth Maxwell, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm here tonight to do our winter Stamp-A-Stack. Super excited because these cards are really cute. I'm doing this online, and then I'm also offering it in person in my home on Monday the 17th. So on Monday, though, you'll be making 8 cards. Tonight, we'll only be making 6 cards, 2 of each design. You can get this card class for free. You can just watch it for free, or you can get it for free when you place a $35 in my online store. $35 order in my online store. And that is after your rewards and before shipping and tax. And then if you just want the class kit being sent to you, you can also purchase that. So the links for everything will be in the description of the video if you're watching on YouTube, and if you're watching here on Facebook, it's already in the description of tonight's event, and I'll also have it in the comments. Well, hi Beth, thanks for joining. I've been trying to just get all my things set up. I've been having some like technical difficulties the last couple of days. Apparently talking is one of them, but yeah, so my lights have fallen, my computer wouldn't connect. It's just been kind of chaos. But I think, oh, I know what I forgot. Sorry about that. I forgot my stamp and scrub. I can't clean my stamps if I don't have that. Oh boy. I do have everything cut and prepared for tonight. So yes. So we're going to just pull out some things here. And for the life of me, if I could remember everything that I used, I hope it's all in my little bin right here. So I have a nice little handy dandy bin all filled with everything that we need. And I'm going to get all that going here. So sorry, I wasn't prepared. I had to go grocery shopping at the last minute and I was running behind, but I'm here now. Okay, I'm going to flip down my camera and we're going to get started. Give me a minute because I've got to really kind of change around my camera. It just wasn't focused right. So if you get dizzy, close your eyes. It'll just take me a moment to get that reworked. Hold on. All right. Okay. You can open your eyes. And I just need to go over here and get my live feed going here. Make sure that I'm out there in the world. And there I am. So let me go ahead and pop that up. Say hello if you're joining us tonight. Ooh, I'm trying to get to my comments. There we go. There's a comment. Okay, yay. I can see my comments. So on our hump day lunch break yesterday, which kind of was late, I had issues with that too. So I had a lot of issues yesterday too. We made this cute little, I want to call him a lumberjack card, birthday card here. This was my original one, and I decided to step it up just by putting a layer of cardstock underneath my designer series paper. So really cute card. So if you missed that, go over to my YouTube channel and just look for, My Stamp Studio. You'll find me and you'll be able to see the hump day lunch break. And while you're there, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You just need to log in with your Google account and you'll be able to subscribe. And if you click the notify button, what that will do is when you log back into YouTube, it will say, hey, you have a new video from Beth to watch. All right. So this Stamp-A-Stack, I kind of cut it down for tonight. So when I'm doing the virtual one here, I only do 3 of the cards because I just need to kind of step back on the number of stamp sets I use. My in-person Stamp-A-Stack, I usually use at least 2 stamp sets per card. That way you get to experience a lot of different stamp sets and play with a lot of different things. Doing it virtually makes it a little harder because you have to have your own stamps. So with all of these cards, though, you can make, you can use any stamp set or sentiment set that you have. And I'm just going to apologize. 2 of my nails popped off right before the live. I'm so kind of embarrassed, but, maybe you didn't even notice. Hey, but I got little snowflake nails because we're doing snowflake kisses. So anyways, this is one of our cards. This is with our Stay Warm stamp set. We're going to be also using our Branching Out stamp set. And then we'll be following up with our Snowman Kisses and Festive Friends. So let's see, which is my first card to start? I just need to get my ducks here in a row so I know where those all are. And let's pull out our handy dandy little kit. So when your kit comes in the mail, you're going to get your, this is not one of them. Let me pull it out. What you're going to have here, I'll have this folded in half, but you're going to have 3 envelopes. Actually, you get your 6 projects in there, okay? So what I do, we're going to do our Snowflake Kisses one first. You know, and since that's someone's class already, I'm going to just put that back, and we'll grab my bag of tricks here. All right. So this is my card 4. And so you get this little bag, and in your bag is going to be all the supplies that you need to make your cards. All right, let's move this, ouch, over to the side. Oh, my hand just cramped up. Ooh. Hello, Amy, how are you? Oh, sorry, hand just cramped. I don't know what happened there. All right, so you'll get your card packets. They look like this. All right, these will be folded in half because they're too long to fit in that little zipper bag. So you get your little zipper bag like this. It'll have a little label on it. It'll say, thank you for purchasing the class. And it'll also have the date of the class, the name of the class, and a link to the YouTube video so that you can watch it again. And I do email you a PDF tutorial. So when you purchase the class or when you place your order online, you're going to sign up for that. And then just notify me that you went online, and then I send it out. All right. So our first card here, I'm going to show you the 2 different versions. Now you're going to get both versions here. So you're going to get a piece of the Petal Pretty in Pink and a piece of the Secret Sea. I couldn't decide which one I like better. So yeah, you're going to get one of each. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to do our, well, let's see. We'll do our pink one here. So one of the things I'm doing this for tonight is I want to show you how you can use your more holiday related kind of stamp sets in a different way. You can use them for winter cards, not just your holidays. So on this is a die from our Snowflake Kisses. So you get a number of dies with this. You get some snowflakes, and you get this big background one. So I use the big background one. I will have this piece done for you. But everything else you'll need to have yourself. All right. So you'll have to probably pop out some of the pieces. It just takes a while. So when I'm making these, I don't always pop them out. So you'll need to pop them out. All right. So then you'll also have a piece of your thick white. And then you'll have your inner ring here. So when this die cuts here, there's 2 different dies. So this cuts that main part, and then this will cut another circle. And actually, you're going to be getting a piece of the Secret Sea circle that's going to go in there. All right. Oh, I did it reverse. I'm sorry. Hold on. I reversed it. Hold on. I gotta go back. I got my envelope switched up. You don't have to worry about it because you're getting both sets anyways, so you'll have both sets in there. But what I need is this piece. So I need this one there, and that goes in there. So you'll be getting all your extra pieces there. Don't worry. I'm not forgetting to put them in. I just put them in the wrong order. All right, so in each of your 1 envelopes, you're going to have the contents to make 2 cards, and you'll have your second envelope there as well. So let's just get that cleaned up. All right, so we're going to take our thick white here, and I'm just going to bring my trimmer in, and I'm just going to score it and fold it in half. I find I have a challenge with trying to make my thick white score nice, or fold nicely. So I do like to pre-score it, and then I'll bring in my bone folder and give it a good press. All right, so that it sits nice and flat. Now, if you have a cushion on your table, like I have a cushion, I have a mat on my table, sometimes you'll see that it doesn't quite sit as flat. If you take it to a flat surface without a cushion and run your bone folder across, it will flatten out. All right, next step is we're going to take... I'm just going to take a pick tool and pop out these extra pieces that didn't come out. And hopefully I have my lint roller right near me. Oh, I do. I'm so excited. I was putting things back in the correct place because I got tired of always looking for things. So, oh, got a receipt on it. Okay. So I'm just going to use my lint roller to pick up those extra pieces. Because I did spend a lot of time in my craft room over the past weekend, and I really cleaned things pretty thoroughly. So I'm hoping I just have to get through and put things back in their homes. So as I was cleaning, I was finding all sorts of different things. I'm like, maybe I should use that. Maybe I should just give it away. So I've been going through things, kind of getting some mystery boxes ready. I think I'll probably do a mystery box in, I don't know, January. All right. So I am just putting my liquid glue randomly around here, and I really should have my silicone mat out. I don't know where I put it though. I mean, I just had it, so I just put it away, but it just is out of sight right now. I don't know where. I told you I was cleaning. I put in a really good spot, like so I wouldn't forget where it was. You ever do that? Okay, so I just put some dots around there, and now I'm just going to lay this right here. Just right on top, I'm just going to center it. All right. And then if you want, take a larger block, put it on top, just squish it down so that it lays flat. And I found my silicone mat, and right where it should be. All right. So that. Now, I have a piece of Granny Apple Green in here. So on this piece right here, I am just simply going to take my little snips and I am just going to cut it at an angle. It does not matter which direction you cut it. Just cut it at a little bit of an angle. This one I'm going to do opposite of what I did before. I have a piece of my, just a strip of basic white, and I am going to use this other bundle. So I'm actually using 3 stamp sets on this one. So I'm using the, oh, I'm not using the stamp set. I just used the dies for this one. That's what it was. Okay. I'm going to be using the Banner Sayings bundle. This is a new bundle that came out, so you can kind of see it's in the new cases that our stamps are now coming in. But it coordinates with this awesome 3 banner punch. What I love about this is sometimes I'm too lazy to pull out my dies, but I want a banner or a label. I can just use this punch now and simply do it. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'll show you what that looks like. And I can just punch out 3 of them right away. Ta-da! Quick and easy. And I have them. So it's a 1/2 inch strip here. What I'm going to do is I want just the end of my strip to be cut off. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to insert it right here. Just like that. Boop. And now I get that nice little edge that I want. And I do need to trim this down. So I'm going to take this right here. Kind of look at where I want it trimmed. I'm just kind of eyeballing where I want it to lay. And instead of bringing out my trimmer, I'm just going to use the straight edge from that Granny Apple Green strip to do it. All right, so now I'm going to have this and this right here. So the next thing I need to do is I need to do a little bit of stamping. And I'm going to be using my Secret C ink. Now I did put all of my ink away, so I'm going to be rolling back and forth here. But I did clear off everything on my floor, so I can roll back and forth now. All right, I need to roll up my sleeve a little bit because I'm going to end up with it in my thing. All right, so on this one here, I know it's a little stamp set for that big case, but that's how they come now. I'm going to stamp You're One of a Kind. I thought it was in this one. Well, what did it come with? Hold please, because I know I used it. Oh, it was for my Snowflake Kisses, so I didn't even use my Banner Saying die on here. Oh my gosh. Maybe I should have printed out my tutorial so I had it handy here. So, okay, Snowflake Kisses and Festive Friends is what we're using on this card. Sorry, that kind of like went around the long way there. So we're using these two to make a non-holiday card, a winter card. So, again, we're going to grab the sentiment that says You're One of a Kind. So when I do my Stampin' Stacks at home, I like to do this because that way each station I set up a card, and then you can just rotate around, you know, the tables, and you make your card, and that way I don't have to worry about, oh, I'm using that stamp set in 2 different places. I got to make sure I have them in the right place. And this way I just can have one card focused on one kind of bundle. All right. So here we go. I've got that stamped. And the next thing I need to do is I need to take my white here, and I'm going to grab I've got kind of a lot of stuff here. I'm going to move some of this stuff off. I had some other samples, but I'm not going to be showing those until next week. Because the folks that are coming to my Stampin' Stack on Monday get to make those projects first, but I'll share them next week with you. All right. So let's just get all some of these extras out of the way. Get my scissors out of the way. Okay, and we're going to be using deer dots for our embellishment. And I want to grab my little snowflake here, and I'm still going to use my Secret C. But I'm also going to pull in my little snowman here. So I want my little snowman die. And yeah, that's all I'm going to take from that one. Okay, now in that envelope, I feel like I forgot to pull something out of that envelope. Where'd it go? Okay, 1, 2, 3. I feel like I forgot something. No, I guess I pulled everything out. Okay. Put that back in order. I have a little square, excuse me, a square of my basic white. And from our Snowflake Kisses dies, I'm going to die cut a couple of snowflakes. So I'm going to grab out this little thing of snowflakes right here. And I do definitely want to use my adhesive sheets right now. So I'm going to grab an adhesive sheet. And oh, this hand is cramping like crazy. Holy cow. I don't know what I did to it, but I did something. Something. All right. So I am just going to put a little piece of this on here. I don't need a whole big piece. So just peel that off. Oh, God. And I'm just going to put it right there, just like that. We'll take our snips here. If I can get it cut. I'm sorry, I'm having a real challenge. I don't get why my hand is cramped up so bad. You ever have one of those cramps like in the middle of the night that wake you up because it's just so painful? That's what's happening right now. I don't know why. I don't get it. All right. We're going to grab our little snowman here. And I also need, in addition to my snowman, I need my snowflakes. That's what I was originally going in there for. Holy cow, Beth. Squirrel. Okay, whoopsie. All right, let's get this stamped first. I am going to stamp this in Memento, and the reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to color it with blends. If you're using markers, whatever, and you want to stamp it in Secret C, you can. You could probably even do Secret C if you're just careful with your blending. All right. We'll put him right there, just like so. And let's grab, I'm going to do this right away. We'll grab our Secret C, and I'm going to just tap, 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 really lightly, tap, tap. And I'm going to put some snowflakes right on the inside of my circle here. And just remember, tap, tap, tap. All right, now this part's going to be covered by my snowman, so I really only need that. If you feel like you want more, though, go ahead, add a little more. Doop. All right. I'm going to get these two cleaned while I'm right here. I want to be able to put things away. I'm actually headed for out of town really early tomorrow morning. So I want to have things cleaned in my stamp room and do my packing all tonight. Okay. All right, now let's bring in our blends here. I'll need that and that in a minute. So we're going to use our Secret C and our Pretty in Pink. Okay, so it doesn't matter which card you're using, whether you're using the Secret C background or the Pretty in Pink, we're going to be using the same blends here. I also want to bring in my color lifter because I do like to show how that's used. I think color lifter is one of those kind of essential things that you should have with your blends. That's just me, but I'm going to show you how it works. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start our coloring. And, you know, I think I'm going to just color him a little different than I did in my original card here. So I want my dark. That's my light. I want my dark Secret C. And do some there. Do a little bit over here. Okay. Then I'm going to alternate. So that's going to be Secret C, Pretty Pink, Secret C. And you know what? I think we'll do the dark over on this side. All right. And then this little strip right here. Okay. Now let's take our light Secret C and blend some of that in. So what I'm going to do is from the darker area, I'm going to pull it into the white. Now, Secret C is a very dark color, all right? So you aren't going to notice that blending at first, but once it dries, you will, and that's also the purpose of the color lifter. It will give us the ability to remove some of that ink. It doesn't actually remove it. It kind of more dissipates it is, I guess, the best word. All right, so we're going to grab our Pretty in Pink or dark now. And we'll do our little scarf right here. All right. Bring in our light. Again, go from your dark and pull it into your white area. I know this is so fun watching me color, right? But this actually colors really fast. All right. And then I do want to bring in my color lifter here. So I've got my color lifter, and I am just going to, over here, I'm just going kind of like in one direction. I'm not going back and forth. And then I want it right over here. Now on my very original card, I used cloud cover, but I really don't want to use so many colors. I want you to be able to, okay, we're going to let that dry for a moment so we can see how light that actually got. All right. Okay, now, I do want to grab in a couple other things. I'm going to grab in my light pool party. And I need a little carrot for my nose, so I'm going to grab peach pie, I think. Or timid tiger, whatever orange you have. I grabbed timid tiger. That's a pretty dark looking carrot. Okay. So I can see it didn't get quite as light as I wanted, so I'm going to go ahead and come in here again. Come over here. All right, and we're just going to let that go. Let it sit for a little bit. We're going to take our pool party here, and I'm just going to give my snowman a little bit of color around the bottom. Give him a little bit of depth there. We'll do it around the sides here a little bit. All right. Just adds a little bit of something extra. Okay, so we're going to run this through our die cut machine. So let me grab our little die cut machine here. And I am grabbing our mini. Now, that big snowflake die to cut our background, you do have to have the larger die cut machine, just saying. All right, but for this one, I mean, for this part, we can use this one. Oh, well, oh my goodness. Hold, please. I'm having all sorts of issues over here on the back side. I have to do my little trick with my glue dot here. Just take a moment. If I can get my glue dot lifted off here. I'm cracking up at myself here. Because actually my other nail just popped off. Not my real nails, don't worry. It's okay. All right. Okay. Now this little square will just fit on my sheet here. So I'm just trying to make sure I've got my snowman lined up and my little snowflakes so it's on my cutting plate so that I can do my die cutting. All right. All right, so here's where the magic happens. Oh my goodness. I have a whole bunch of things that just fell out of my die cutting machine. I didn't even know got stuck in there. I'm cracking myself up tonight. You can only see like... Okay, so here is where I said I had that adhesive sheet. So notice I now have stickers for my snowflakes. So I'm just going to pop those out. All right. Oh, I didn't cut him out very well, did I? Oh, well, it's going to be on white. It'll be fine. All right. And I'm just going to take my color lifter and I don't know, maybe it's a little dry. There. Now I'm seeing it. I think mine's almost dried out. That's why it wasn't lifting as nicely as it would. Okay. All right, let's move that scrap out of the way. Move our plates out of the way. Put our scissors back. We'll put our blends back. That way it's a little more cleaned up. I know I don't normally take as much time to do this while I'm doing a video or live, but going to today. All right, let's bring in our card base. And now our other pieces right here and here. We can move that out of the way. And I've got all my little snowflakes here. And I'm going to pull in my little embellishments. All right. We are going to take our strip of Granny Apple Green here. And I'm just going to use my liquid glue. You can use your seal, liquid glue, whatever you got handy. All right. Put a little bit down and just put this right here. I'm just overlapping that bottom of the circle just slightly, right? It doesn't have to be, it can be wherever you want. I just happen to be putting it there. And then this one is going to go right over there. And we're going to pop this one up on dimensionals. So you can use mini dimensionals or regular dimensionals. Just make sure that you give it the support it needs all the way across. Okay. All right, so I've got 4 of them on there. Now let's see if I can get the little backings off. And over that just a little bit. It just gives I don't know, something fun, something a little different on the card. All right, and I need my bigger dimensionals here for my snowman, snow girl, snow person. All right. And I do like to make sure that she or he is fully supported. She, he, it, they, whatever. All right, and I'm just going to set that right on the green there, overlapping my circle. Isn't that cute so far? So let's add our little snowflakes in here. Now, on my original one, I had that solid background here, so that's why you were able to see the snowflake. But I thought I'd like to stamp instead, so that's why I stamped. I'm going to go ahead and just use this snowflake here. I'm going to peel off the backing. Sorry, I'm going to my solid part of my table here so I can just get that backing started. And now we'll put that right here, right there. All right, so I've got some extra little scraps for my other card. I'll just put them right in there. Okay. I forgot to put this in. Let's see if I can pick this guy up. I might not be able to. Oh, I can. All right. Guess I didn't push down real hard yet. Okay. Good job. Good job. I forgot to put my circle on. So just again, take a thin bead of glue right there. And hopefully can stick it under that. All right. Okay, all good. All right where it has to be. All right, let's take our deer dots here. So you have Poppy Parade, Pretty in Pink, Pool Party, and Garden Green. None of which are the colors I use, but you can use whichever ones, you know, float your boat there. They're kind of fun. You can use it for whatever. So I'm going to go with a Garden Green. We're going to go right there with one. I may just grab a couple different colors. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to put a little Pool Party one right in his little hat there. And let's grab a couple more. Let's see. Let's take a small pink one right there. I'll take another one up here. And let's see. That pink really didn't show, so maybe I'll take one of the larger blues. Put it right there. Let's see if I can pull that one off. And we'll take another blue. All right, that one to stick to my hand. Okay. So there we go. That's our first card. Again, you'll get two of each. You'll get one that's going to be pink and one that's going to be blue. Okay. So card one, done. All right. Oopsie. Oh, what did I do there? Hold please. There we go. All right. I need to refresh this, I think. And I'm getting my next things going here. All right. Next card that I have planned here is going to be our branching out card. So let me just put these other things away because I don't need this stamp set anymore. I'm done with this one. So let's put our dies away. We'll put our little stamps away. All right, so we'll put that in the back of the... Now I need my branching out and my stay warm. We'll put our there. Okay. I'm not going to use the Snowflake Kisses right now. We can put that away. I'm not using the banner right now. We're using all the sentiments from our branching out here. I just want to put my stuff. It makes it so much easier when I go to grab. I'm like, where is this? So I can do this. If I have it, I'll put away. Not from this set. It's from this set. Like I said, if I don't put things away, they get misplaced. So I'm trying to be much better about doing those things. All right, come on, get in there. Alrighty. So now in this one, I will have your little bow made. I didn't have it prepared for this, my little kit, but I'll send you a little bow. And those of you that are going to be present, I'll have some bows tied in a bin that all the supplies are in. So you'll have a little bow there. What I like to do when I'm making a number of the same card, I will tie my bows ahead of time. So I'll sit there and I'll watch a movie with my husband and I'll tie bows. And what I then do is I take my glue dot roll, find my next available glue dot, and I just put it right on my glue dot. Then I'll have a whole like strip of bows already done, and I can slap them on my project. Easy peasy, nice and quick. Because usually at night, I start getting bow challenged. So, all right. Don't need that one either. So now in here, again, you have all the supplies to make 2 cards. Grab that. So here's your second supply, and there's a second envelope there. We're going to grab my second envelope. We're going to grab my envelope right away, and I'm going to stamp on it. Now, I have very vanilla envelopes. I know we don't have those available in my online store anymore. I do number your envelopes in your kit, so just erase that. It's just a pencil. That way you know which ones are which. But yeah, so I decided I wanted to use these up, so you'll be getting vanilla envelopes with this one. All right, make sure you get all your little scraps and pieces out because you'll need everything here. So I've got my basic beige. I'm just going to fold that in half. Hey, here's a trick for you. Now, some of you may have seen me do this trick before, but it is definitely one I like to use. So I have my Simply Scored tool here. I'm just going to take this and I'm going to fold my cardstock in half. Take my bone folder there. So I put a gentle crease in there, but I've got my corners all lined up, so it's all even now. So just a little extra perk of having that. Or you can score it with your stylus too. But that way it's all lined up. I love when my card is lined up completely. All right, so next I have a piece of Very Vanilla. Now I've taken this and I have actually embossed this for you. So I use the Joined Together embossing folder. This is from the Kintsugi suite. So you can kind of see that. But it is embossed. It is really pretty. It gives the card just a little something extra. And where's my sample? There it is. So we're going to put this right onto our card base. And this liquid glue is almost out. Hoping I can make it through tonight. I do actually have to make a project yet before I wrap up my night in the studio. I'm making a multiple gift card holder. And if it works well, I'll be doing that during the 5 days of Christmas, the first week in December. I'm going to be doing a special series that day, or that week, from December 1st through December 5th. And it will be, you can get the tutorial for free with a $50 order, but that will be done. All right, so now I've got 2 die cuts here. This is Mossy Meadow, this is Very Vanilla, and I'm using the branching out dies. So I will have done these frames for you, so don't worry about that. But I am going to be using the sentiments from the stamp set here, and I might as well get them out. So I'm going to get Hello Friend. So here are some of the fun dies that you can do. And there's little pine cones and... All right, let's get out. So we're going to use a lot of this stamp set. I might as well just leave it out. All right, and I'm going to need a scrap piece of paper now because I'll make a mess if I don't. Okay, we're going to put this aside. We're moving this because we don't want to use Secret C. The colors I'm using in this card are going to be Early Espresso, and Mossy Meadow. Oh, come on. Did you see that happen? Oh, please, why? I go back to the drawing board on this one. I need a couple glue dots here. Just a moment. So, in a pinch, if you're like doing a live and your nail comes off and you don't have your rubber, you know, the super glue here, just take a couple glue dots. There we go. Just hold it for a moment and your nails stay on, at least to make it through the night. Okay, so we're using our Mossy Meadow. Oh, here we go. And our Early Espresso. And I do want to use my Old Olive. Old Olive. Here we go. Okay. Let's get going stamping here. We're going to take our little Very Vanilla. I'm kind of a train wreck tonight, aren't I? I'm not intending to be. I have everything all planned out, except for, you know, that kind of stuff. All right. So let's grab our larger block here. And I'm going to take my large branch. And I don't think I need the small. Well, we'll grab the small one too. All right. So I've got my 2 branches. 2. And we're going to be using a mixture of the pine needles here. So I'm going to grab this one. And this one. And I am going to grab that small one, because that small one I'm going to fill in the little spaces that I need, and then we need our little pine cone. There we go. Okay, let's start with this one. We're going to start with our largest here. Just need to get a little more room in here. And take our Early Espresso. Now, it's up to you if you want to stamp off or if you want it darker. I'm leaving mine darker. And I'm going to go kind of across there. All right. So that's one branch. And now we're going to get our other branch. And I'm going to come on the side here. Just like so. No, again, no right or wrong on wherever you put it. Wherever you put it is fine. All right, we'll close that up. We'll grab our Mossy Meadow. And I'm going to start with these. And now when I'm doing this, I'm just going to take a look, kind of look through my block here. Where are they going to land so that they're all on a branch? So this one will land right here. All right. So now I'm going to take this other one and I'm going to put them up here. So again, I kind of want to make sure that everything is going to land on a branch and not be floating around in space there. And that one's going to be kind of floating around. Let's see if I go a little higher with that one. And we'll put this one down here. All right, so now I need to come in with my single one here, and I can finish it off. All right, I think that's good for now. We're going to come back in with Early Espresso, and we'll do our pine cones. I think this is a card that I'm going to have to make several of because, number one, I love that Stay Warm stamp set, the little hat and mittens and scarves. And I really do like the pine. So it's a good thing I live in Wisconsin. We've got pines everywhere. In my yard alone, I had 4. We are down to 3. I think one of them is going to have to get cut down this next summer. All right, we'll put that one there. That might get covered up, but that's okay. This is part right here is going to be covered up too. You can always go back later and add a little bit more if you want. All right. I'm going to adhere these 2 things together. So I'm just going to grab my seal. Toot, toot, toot. Just center it right on there. Okay, now we're going to do some more stamping. So you have a little piece of vanilla and a little piece of old olive. So on your old olive, choose if you want to use your mossy meadow or if you want to use your early espresso. You're going to stamp your hat from Stay Warm. All right, I just need a block. So I'm stamping the detail side. So I'm going to stamp it once in Early Espresso, and then I'll stamp on the other side in Mossy Meadow, and you can see which you like better. All right, so this is the Early Espresso. We'll clean that off. And now we'll grab Mossy Meadow. I don't know why I keep closing that because I might need it again. And here's Mossy Meadow. So you decide which you like better. Do you like that one or you like that one? I kind of think I'm going to go with the Early Espresso myself. Evening Evergreen, yes. Driving the struggle bus, yeah, I think I pretty much let it into a traffic jam. Yeah, I do miss Evening Evergreen too. That was a perfect pine color, wasn't it? I still have mine. I'm not willing to let mine go because I actually do use it on my own Christmas cards. So, but as a demonstrator, I tend to get rid of the things once they retire, just because I can't use it as a business tool. I can use it for my personal things if I want, but for a business tool, okay. We're going to stamp our sentiment now in Evening Old Olive and Early Espresso. So I got my little hat cut out there. I don't know, maybe I should have went with a green. Oh well, it's cut now. So let's see what happened. What's been exciting lately for me? Oh, yesterday. So I picked my aunt up and took her home. I drove her home from the airport, and on the way home, it was a little sketchy. All of a sudden, I looked in my rear view mirror and I see this pickup truck from out of, I don't know, nowhere, flying down the road behind me. And now the freeway is getting backed up. It's like, rush hour, and there is nowhere to go, right? And I just see this pickup truck coming, and I'm like, oh my gosh, he is not slowing down. He's even going faster. Yeah, and then like 5 seconds later, I mean, this is all happening super fast. So I move all the way to the left because I'm like, he's coming barreling down the middle lane and, the right lane. I'm like, I do not want to be in the middle of the road. So he comes barreling through, and like I said, 5 seconds later, 5 different state troopers and sheriffs come flying behind him. about another, I'd say 20 seconds later, another 5 come flying down the road. Now, mind you, this guy is weaving in and out of traffic, driving on the shoulder, and he's going well over the speed limit. It wasn't even close, okay? And he's flying. Yeah, so it was a high-speed chase, and like I said, I saw at least, and I'm not exaggerating, at least like 15 sheriff trucks and, blazers and all that stuff flying down the road behind this guy. Yeah, they even threw out the strips on the road, so they, punctured the tires. Yeah, the guy easily avoided those. Yeah, and it was a good, I don't know, 10 miles before, I don't even know exactly what happened because I didn't hear it on the news. I was trying to find it. And I'm like, okay, so I've never been on the freeway when there has been a high-speed chase before. So that was something new in my life. Not that I ever really thought or wanted to experience that. Oh, the evening evergreen goes with so many different colors. I just mix and match it with usually like a cherry cobbler and stuff. So, okay. So there is our next part of our card. So we're going to be just overlapping our little hat on there. So again, just using 3 different colors: Old Olive, Mossy Meadow, Early Espresso. We're going to put all this together. We're going to add our die cut shape here on with dimensionals. Yeah, so that was kind of an experience. My other aunt sent me home with all sorts of goodies for my son and grandchildren, so I had to drive that over to his house. And the grandbabies had their checkup visit yesterday. Mr. Caden is finally gaining a little weight. He's about 27 pounds. And Miss Casey, who feels like she's like 50, and she's only 30 pounds. I was shocked. I'm like, wow, she feels like 3 times as heavy as he does. I don't know. She's solid, that's for sure. I mean, she's not fat. She's just solid. So, yeah. But they had to get flu shots yesterday. So they were not happy babies. And then my son was sick. He's got a cold or something and wasn't feeling good. So I just stayed and made them dinner. And, well, my aunt actually made dinner. I just warmed it up. But I sat in the kitchen with them while they ate their dinner, because I find they tend to eat better if I'm eating right alongside them. And the distraction of, being in another room, you kind of thwart that. All right, so there we go. And I'm just going to put one dimensional on the little top part of my hat. So yeah, they were eating, my aunt makes a mastacholi bake. So they were devouring that. And little Miss Casey, she cracks me. She gotta love her. She cracks me up. So she was using her fork, and she's, pretty good at stabbing her food and, getting it towards her mouth. But she gets it towards her mouth, and she takes her other hand and just shoves it in her mouth. And then when she can't, stab it with the fork, she doesn't want to use a spoon. She refuses to use a spoon. So she'll, instead of trying to pick it up with a fork, she'll just start taking her hand and just shoving it in her face. So her whole little nose, her cheeks, her chin, her mouth, just covered in spaghetti sauce. She cracked me up. And Kana was he had to pick one noodle at a time. Sometimes he can be finicky, but he tends to play with his food more, but he's getting better. All right, and I'm just going to add a little bow that I made right there. So, I mean, that's cute like it is. You could add any embellishment you have. If you had some gold ones, or, even the, what are these? These star sequins. I'm not going to do that right now. Well, you know what? Why not? On my original card, I still use the deer dots. I really like that. I love the pool party. I think it looked really good together. With these challenges. They're sequins, and you know, this is a brand new one. I don't want to open that. I had a used one. I don't want to open this one because I know someone's going to need this one. So, let's see if I have them around handy. I usually have them somewhere. I think I put everything too far away. All right, we're going to use our deer dots. But you could use those sequins. So you just take little dots of glue, let the glue kind of dry for a little bit, and not really long, you know, a couple seconds. And then you can take your sequins and put them on. It tends to work a little better. Let me see if I have... Okay, those are really tiny. Those won't. I have some shimmer ones here I was going to show you, but these are pretty small. These I use for shaker boxes. Okay, we're going back to deer dots. I digress. I do want to show you some other ones, but let's see. I do have another. Oh, well, bumblebees are not going to work. So, all right, deer dots it is. So I'm just going to go ahead and again use my, you know what, let's use the pram pink ones. Why not? And I'm just going to use the smaller ones here. You could use the Poppy Parade, but then I didn't use Poppy Parade because I felt like that was getting more Christmassy again. And I was really trying to just make these winter cards, not... Okay. So which do you like better, the Petal Pink or the Pool Party? Petal Pink, Pool Party. All right, we're going to move on. You guys can answer in the comments what you like as I move on to the next project. I can't wait to show you one of the extra projects that I have for our in-person Stamp-A-Stack. It's really cute. I gotta say, I made a bunch of them, and I'm like, I kept going. I'm like, oh my gosh. I was having a lot of fun. Hey, and all the demonstrators out there, did you see the new digital catalog for January that's come out? So one of the perks of being a demonstrator is you get to see upcoming product before it's released to the public. And we actually get to start purchasing it next week. So one of the best perks is, again, you get to be able to be part of a fabulous team and have lots of creative inspiration, team meetings, free tutorials, but you get to all the perks from Stampin' Up! Too. So you get to order things before everyone else does. I'm super excited. There's quite a few things in there that I want, but I too have to be on a budget. So I am actually really... I'm not getting all the things that I want. I'm actually coordinating what I'm going to do for classes. So that's how I am shopping this time. But it's nice to know that I get, you know, my 20+% off. That's very helpful. So you start off with a 20% discount, and then as you grow, you can increase that. So always looking for people to join my team and be part of our creative group. There's a lot of creative people in our Rubber Queens team, and I do work with quite a few of them. Definitely swap with a lot of them, and you just get some really phenomenal ideas. So if you ever want to, you know, shop using a discount, and always have a discount, never have to worry about if you forgot your coupon, because you don't need a coupon. Let me know. I can hook you up and answer any questions you may have. I love it. I've been a demonstrator for more than 20 years now. I think I'm going on 23 years. So and for a while there, I dialed it, you know, I was very into my business, and then I dialed it back, and now I'm very into my business again. I never not worked my business, but you know, different times in my life, you can do, you know, do different things. Like I need to do things with my children as they were growing up and they got active in sports and everything. So I stepped back a little bit. Then it was funny, right before COVID, I decided that I wanted to ramp it back up, and whoop, yeah, COVID happened. That kind of put a damper on things. Okay, so now we've got our third card here, our third and final card. And yes, we will be using our banner sayings. Okay. And I will be using a couple other things. So I do have my banner. So I did cut my banner out from my punch earlier. And that's actually, I probably did it twice now. All right, let's put our ribbon away. I don't need my ribbon out because I didn't use ribbon on this card. Alrighty, so you will need a Stay Warm stamp set or something else that, you know, you want to use. And, oh, I was going to stamp my envelope and I forgot. Let's get out this card kit. So again, you have everything that you need for 2 cards in here along with your second envelope. So here I have a piece of petal pink. Aren't you proud of me that I actually used petal pink? So I've got petal pink here. I've got a soft seafoam circle that I cut from Stylish Shape. I have a petal pink banner from Stylish Shapes. And then I have my 1/2-inch strip, which I've already punched out here. Then you have a piece of basic white. You have a piece of scrap of petal pink, balmy blue, and granny apple green. Now, how I came up with these colors, I used my little color combo kit. I threw the circles on the table and I just picked up colors. I'm like, oh, this color combo works. I wanted to do something fun and something non-Christmassy. So I really was very, you know, particular on the colors I was picking out. So I'm going to grab my petal pink stamp pad. And I'm starting to use this more. Not that it's my favorite color. It's by far my least favorite color, but I'm getting used to using it. All right, so we're going to grab our little hat that I think I already put away. Now, if you wanted to use the little hat or the mittens or the little stockings, the stockings might actually kind of be cute too, or the little hearts, you know, you feel free to use whatever image you would like. I just thought the hats were cute. All right. Now, I did get this idea from someone on Pinterest. I have to say, I don't recall who. You know, I do that. I like, oh, that's a really good idea. Store it in the back of my head. And then I'm like, okay, what do I want to do here? And I'm like, oh, yeah. We're going to stamp 2 hats. I'm going to make sure it's really inked. 2 hats in my petal pink. I'm going to stamp a hat on my granny apple green. And 1 on my balmy blue. Doop. Oh, I need that open still. Let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment. So the sentiment I'm using is consider yourself hugged. You know, my mom always says that to me. Consider yourself hugged. So I think I'm going to send her this card. I know she's not watching tonight, so I can say that, and it won't ruin the surprise. All right, so I'm going to take my sweater here and put it on my block. Now I need my sentiment. Consider yourself hugged. There we go. So if you make this card, you know, if you don't have the kit and you're making it just with supplies on your own, share with me the color combinations that you did and how you maybe mixed it up with a different stamp set. Would love to see your ideas. You can feel free to post in the comments of the video here, or if you're in the VIP group, go ahead and make a post there. And anyone's welcome to join the VIP group. It just being in the group allows people who are in the group to share ideas Sometimes on the page, it only will allow you to share an idea if it's in a comment on something. So, all right, now I need my petal pink and my scrap paper. So I'm going to move this out of the way. Grab that scrap paper back in. And I do want to make sure my stamp is clean. So when I first stamped my card the other day, I must have had a little bit of a different color on there and didn't clean it maybe when I put it away, because it came out a little funky. So I'm going to go ahead and clean it again, and then I'll just stamp it on my paper. Just make sure if there's any other color there that it's gone. All right. Ink this up. And I'm going to just randomly start putting my sweaters all over my card front. Oopie. Okay. I'm going this way with it. All right. I think I'll go this way and kind of get that sleeve covered where I oopsed it. So I'm not really, I'm not trying to go in any one particular direction, just stamping on there. So this is our tone-on-tone stamping. When you stamp the same color ink on the same color cardstock, or if you're stamping with Versamark, you get that tone-on-tone look. And we'll go right there. Okay. Again, just covering up the front. All right, let's take our bone folder and give that another press here. All right, let's take our piece of basic white here, and I'm just going to put that right on the front of the card. You did take a peek at the catalog. See anything that you like? There's a couple of things I really like. A couple of things like, oh, this would make a great class. Now, there is one that I'm just going to get because I want to have it. But I am going to make a class out of it because I do want. Oh, all right. Before I put my white down, I was supposed to put my circle down. So I'm just putting my soft sea foam circle right behind there. Just put a little bit of. There we go. Shoo! Saved. Okay. Now we're going to fussy cut our hats out. And I need this and this. Might as well just do this right away. I'm going to take some dimensionals right here in front of me. And we're going to pop this banner up. I'm just going to take a little bit of liquid glue here. And put this banner together. Just like that. Now this just fits. It's just right. So it makes a cute little banner there. So take off these. And put this right here. There we go. All right. Let's fussy cut out our hats. Now on this, I am cutting when I'm doing my fussy cutting here, I am getting as close to that inked image as I can. I don't want to have a whole lot of excess cardstock because it's going to go against white, so I'm going to see it. So a little bit is fine. If you like using, if you want to have that extra, you can. It's up to you and how you want to cut it. Your project, you decide. But whatever way you go, just do it the same for all of them. You could make an even really fun one. I think if you used Blackberry Bliss and Berry Burst and is it Bubble Bath that goes with it, or Pretty in Pink, one of those colors. You can make a really fun pinky purple card. Or even Fresh Freesia. Fresh Freesia, Highland Heather, Gorgeous Grape. There's so many different color combinations you can do. And if you're ever wondering, hey, what's a color combination I can do? You can actually just go to Pinterest and search Stampin' Up! Color combinations. There is actually a website that I go to on occasion for Stampin' Up! Ink colors. And they come up, like you can put in like 2 different colors. Like I could put in Balmy Blue and Petal Pink. And just type those 2 colors in, and then it'll come up with all sorts of different other colors you can coordinate with it. I do use my color coach and my little 48 color pickup game that I created a while back. I'm going to update it with new colors though. I love using that. I have a lot of fun. I just throw circles on my table and let the fates decide what it's going to be. All right, so I'm going to have that one popped up. And now these other ones are going to be just glued down, but I'm going to overlap them. All right, and kind of change directions with them. All right, so you just, make them all cattywampus, whatever. You can do them straight. I'm gonna make them go all different directions here. There we go. I'm just gonna throw them on like that. All right, so then just decide what one's going on top, what one's going underneath. I kind of like this one underneath. All right, so I know that's where that one's going to go. I'm just going to leave that one, and I'm just going to start putting the other ones on. All right, I'm going to do this one first because that Granny Apple Green one is going to stick up higher. Oop. Oh, here we go. Let's put that one right here. All right, and then we can peel out the backings on this one. Doop. Okay, so I've got my little banner popped up and my little hat popped up. Now I just need to add some of my deer dots. And I'm going with Granny Apple Green and Petal Pink here. So let me get my Take a Pick tool. And I have one green right here. And then Petal Pink one right here. Another Petal Pink one right there. And I'm just kind of looking back at my sample and what I did. There. We'll put that one there. And we'll do this one right here. Okay. All right. Card 3 is done. What do you think? Which is your favorite card? 1, 2, or 3? So this was, I'll go back. Let me pick up a little bit so there's not such a mess on my desk and you don't have to look through all that stuff. All right. So, card number 1 used our Festive Friends. So I'm just putting out the different samples that I had here. I believe it was this one that I did. So that was card number 1, but you will get the supplies to make 2 cards. Card number 2 with our Hello Friend. And it was our Branching Out stamp set and dies. And then card number 3 with our Stay Warm set again. So card 1 was a Snowflake Kisses and Festive Friends. Card 2 is our Branching Out and Stay Warm. And card 3 is just our Stay Warm with our banner sayings. So, yep, 3 different cards. Hope you enjoyed them tonight. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. And those of you coming on Monday, I can't wait to see you and laugh with you and just, have some creative time together. Yeah, I think that's all I got for you tonight. So, Take care. We will talk to you later. Yes, Pinterest does have great ideas. I will go out there if I get stuck on something. I'm like, ooh, not sure how to use this set. Or, ooh, what can I do? I made so many cards. I need something different. So, YouTube's a great resource too. Again, if you haven't ever checked out my YouTube channel, go out and check it out. Sign into your Google account, and that way you can have your YouTube account, and then you get to see all the stuff I make, and you get notified. Because every week I put up 2 videos, and then there'll be class videos too that get put up. All right. Well, take care. I'll see you all later.